welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you checking out this video as always. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. It's it's been an interesting day. We're gonna have a little fun with this. Had a little bit of an interaction with the media. I appeared in Black and White Sports 2, a video of theirs today. Also on the Ben Daniel podcast as well today on this same topic. But there was one thing that hadn't happened yet when Ben did it, so we're going to add to that, which makes it even funnier. So shout out to Black and White Sports too, Rhodes over there, and Ben Daniel podcast as well. Yes, the media, the media. What shall we say about the media? But we've got to talk about this article about Juju Watkins. It's not even really about Juju Watkins. It is about the media, and it's wild because we kind of just had this the other day with Stephen A. Smith. As you know, I did a video on that, and it mentions it in here. But look at this headline. This is wild. Bad juju. Sports media's lack of coverage for Juju Watkins
I got a home equity line of credit
is
with
inexplicable. I don't
interest
want to
rates.
hear you. Anyway, so yeah, so this is absolutely wild. I almost didn't get past the first sentence. I'm glad I did. And wait, we are going to get to it. I promise. It gets funnier. You're gonna want to see this because it's a little different than just saying, the same old stuff I said about Stephen A. Smith. I almost didn't do a video on this if not for this reason. But look at this first sentence to start off with. Anything Caitlin Clark can do, Juju Watkins can do too. So where's the love for the sophomore sensation from USC? And then next sentence, Stephen A. Smith asks as much on a segment of First Take earlier, which is of course this, which I won't play you the whole thing. I just
Going to
did a
be a lot
video.
of fun. How impressive was Juju's performance?
She's spectacular. She's spectacular. And when are we going to start talking about her the same way we talk about Caitlin Clark?
All right, I'm just going to leave it right there. I played the whole thing in another video, but I don't know, Stephen. I mean, you're the guy with the biggest platform in sports media. Maybe you should talk about it. Maybe you should actually watch some games because I know you do not. I know you do not watch games, Stephen A. Smith. But yeah, it's wild. So apparently, Caitlin and Juju can do everything Caitlin can do, which is absolutely absurd. I won't go down to the whole thing, but to say that she can do everything is just ridiculous. Caitlin Clark is the all-time leading scorer. She led the nation in scoring 3 times. She led the nation in assists 3 times. Saying she can do everything Caitlin can is like saying I can cook as well as Jordan Ramsey because I didn't burn my toast this morning. It's absolutely wild. No one other than Caitlin has led the nation in scoring and assists the same season. She did both things 3 times, just ones they weren't the same every season. 3 of 4 for each one, though. Caitlin's better across the board as a shooter. Field goals overall, 2-pointers, 3-pointers, all of it. Effective field goal percentage, all better. Juju is not a good shooter. She's a she's a heck of a player. She's one of the best in the college game right now, but come on. She simply is not. But I said this the other day. Fellow sophomore Hannah Hidalgo is out there averaging more steals per game than Juju Watkins is assists. Okay, so come on. But let's keep rolling because we're gonna get into the fun. Don't you worry. But we gotta set it up with this wild stuff. So one of the things they use, and they get very disingenuous, right? Like as a sophomore, she's averaging over 24 points. Yeah, it's 3 points per game down from her freshman year. But here's where we really liked it. Watkins was putting up impressive numbers well before her sophomore year. Yes, and we knew all about her freshman year because the media covered her. In her freshman postseason, she was nothing short of phenomenal, heating up at exactly the right time in the season. Watkins' lowest scoring game in last year's NCAA tournament was a 23-point performance against Texas A&M Corpus Christi in the opening round, then went on to score 28, 30, and 29 points against Kansas, Baylor, and UConn, respectively. To say that Watkins performs under pressure is an understatement. Remember that. She excels no matter how bright the spotlight shines. Okay, well, let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at those games that we are talking about. 8 of 18, 1 of 6 from 3. 9 of 21, but 4 of 8 from 3. 8 of 28, 2 of 11 from 3, 9 of 25, 2 of 6 from 3. So yeah, she got those points because she chucked up a lot of shots. That is 34 for 92 for those keeping score overall, and a spicy 9 for 31 on threes. And I'd like to point out, this is why I said that whole spotlight thing, keep that in mind, because the final two games, the first two games were blowouts. The next two games, 17 for 53 from the field in a 4-point win, and then the loss to Connecticut. 17 of 53, 4 of 17 from 3. But she shines brightest in the biggest moments, folks. And just, now Caitlin they didn't make a run her sophomore year. It was only 2 games, so no point in really mentioning that. Her junior year was her first run. And I just say that just to clarify that Caitlin, this is her junior year, Juju her sophomore year. Big games from Caitlin Clark, 9 of 14. She had one bad shooting game, 6 of 17. But 9 of 14, 6 of 17, 11 of 22, that included 4, 9, 3, 11 of 19, which included 8 of 14 from 3, 15 of 31, and 9 of 22, which included 8 of 19 from 3. Massive games. Never fewer than 22 points. 2 41-point games, 61 of 125 from the field overall, 32 of 75. 32 of 75 from 3-point range. Now, again, this is about the media and their nonsense about no one's covering Juju. No one's covering Juju. No one is covering Juju. Okay. So, yeah. Well, we'll get to that in a minute, but I just wanted to show you this. This is the lady who wrote the article, tweeting out the actual awful announcing, which is the media company, media company. The article, coverage of women's college basketball surged during Caitlin Clark's historic Iowa career, and sports media seemed ready to finally give the sport the fanfare it deserves. But the lack of hype for Juju Watkins this season tells another story. Lack of hype. Lack of hype? This is a myth. She's inescapable. My dog sees more Juju ads than Caitlin Clark highlights. This is absolutely wild. Juju Watkins is everywhere. She's everywhere. And I said that. Here's where it gets wild, folks. I responded to the person who wrote this article, and I thought pretty respectfully. I know some people who are a little weak in the getting offended category will not like the word nonsense, but I put, yeah, respectfully, this is nonsense. Juju is everywhere. Can't get away from her if we tried. She was everywhere her freshman year. This is simply untrue. In fact, I remember one time she was interviewed her freshman year after a game. I forget how many points she had, but she lit it up. And of course, right away, the first thing the person interviewing had to do was take a shot at Caitlin Clark, which Juju shut down respectfully. Pretty savvy as a freshman. But here's what's wild about this too, is check this out. My my response to her has 45 likes on 767 views. Her original post on just under 8,000 views, only 10 likes. I have 4.5 times the likes on 10% of the views. She got ratioed 23 comments to only 10 likes. And so now this is after my content, as you can see here. She locked down the comments after my comment. And we also got this. These are the media for you, everyone. It's really shocking, by the way, that she has blue sky in there. But yeah, let's scroll down. Look at that. A media person so thin-skinned that because of my pretty respectful comment and pushback on her gibberish article, blocks me and locks down the comments. Yeah, kind of wild, right? And then we have, other people too. This is a ridiculous position. I've seen social media articles, ads, billboards, etc. Clickbait journalism should be ashamed of yourself. Caitlin was different. It was organic. Y'all got to stop pushing these players. Why don't you people get it? Juju gets ton of coverage. This is at best ignorant, at worst willful deceit. I'm guessing some of these people got blocked too. Lots of laugh. Where's the lack of hype for Hidalgo and Betts? Juju got 100 times more coverage than them. Hidalgo literally as good as Juju. That's the crazy part. For an author, you did very little research into why Caitlin is popular. It's organic. Y'all can't force it. Stop trying to figure out how to manufacture another CC and just accept it. What? Juju is the most hyped up women's college player this season. You can't compare her to CC at all. Nobody has more coverage than Juju. This is insane. I guess Clutch Sports isn't happy that she isn't more popular than Caitlin Clark. Yeah, so this is wild. As you can see, people are getting sick of this. They're getting absolutely sick of this nonsense. They're getting sick of told them that, people aren't being. By the way, again, same thing. Why isn't she covering it? And this, I'll shout out Ben and Ben Daniel podcast because he went and did this research. Awful Announcing itself has only done 3 articles on Caitlin Clark in the last 5 months. None of them about her basketball. None of them about her basketball. By the way, there's stuff like, I don't know, this. I believe that's LA. Now, is that specifically the media? No, but to say she's not getting coverage or love is absolutely absurd, as you can see here. Here's Awful Announcing's own tweet, which goes to the article. And just again, little thing I put, I assume this is satire, but check this out. Again, 141,000 views on this tweet, only 104 likes. My little comment got 63 likes, more than half the likes, and that's only on 1,200 views compared to 141,000. Fewer than 1% of the views, more than half of the likes. And they almost got ratioed, 84 comments to 104 likes. It's kind of the same thing. Rose Rants, that's black and white sports too. This has to be a parody, right? I responded that I asked if it was satire. And same thing, they go on and on. You chose to be a comedian today, huh? Please show us all the media coverage of Caitlin Clark during her sophomore year. We would love to relive the memories, which is also a very, very important point. It's absolutely wild that they are trying to tell us that Juju Watkins, the media, keep this in mind. This is really important. Work with me here. Roll with this logic. The media is telling you that the media is not covering Juju enough, right? Awful Announcing. I think they have like 300 and some thousand followers on their X account. Stephen A. Smith, largest platform in sports media, and they are telling us that the media, which is them, is not covering Juju. This is about manipulating you and your feelings, making you feel bad that Juju isn't being covered so that you will be a fan of Juju Watkins and hype up Juju Watkins. I mean, where's the love for the sophomore sensation? Oh, like I said, maybe it's on the side of that skyscraper-sized Nike mural I just showed you. Or how about that Super Bowl ad, which, she wasn't the only college athlete. Paige was in there briefly, but Juju was front and center as the own college. In fact, you could say that she had more of a role in that commercial, a more prominent role than Caitlin Clark. Or hey, it could be those State Farm commercials I can't ever escape. So where is the love for Juju Watkins? It's everywhere, except apparently it's in this writer's research notes. Absolutely wild that we are having this conversation. Absolutely wild. And again, nothing to do with Juju. I'm not going after Juju. It's important to understand that. But we are going to crush this narrative that the media is trying to put out there. Juju's got more endorsements than I've got subscribers, right? Sorry, I just had to flex my humility there a little bit. But seriously, shout out 19, which is all of you, by the way. Thank you so much for your support. I would not be able to do this without you. I mean, I could, but I might as well just go outside and scream at clouds. And that's what it's allowed me to get here and to be able to have this pushback. We are the media now. And when I say we, I don't say me because I'm doing this channel, because it doesn't happen with all of you who are watching and who are commenting and subscribing and smashing the like button. And so hopefully I'm able to give you something a little different, a little more truth, a little difference of opinion instead of trying to push narratives. I mean, hopefully by now you know that's true. Yeah, I'm a huge Caitlin Clark fan, but I'll be critical when it's time to be critical, even if it hurts. I mean, my Sydney Colson video where I was critical of Sydney, not the other stuff, what I said strictly from basketball, I didn't like the signing. I'd rather have Grace Berger. That video of over 500 now on the channel, in terms of subscribers gained or lost, was my worst performing video ever in terms of the number of subscribers I lost for being critical of Sydney Colson, but I'm still going to call it like I see it. Hopefully, have a little fun doing it as well. Hopefully, you enjoy this content. I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully, if we can keep pushing back and y'all start watching more of this, more of not just me, but anyone, whether it's people you follow on X or on YouTube, we get to become the media, as Elon Musk said, which means you get to become the media because the only ones that survive are the ones you're willing to follow. So I really do appreciate you checking this out. I thought this was kind of cool. I wasn't gonna do a video on this originally because I just did the Stephen A. Smith one. I'm like, oh, it's kind of too similar. But when I got personally involved and I just destroyed the writer of this piece who then blocked me. I mean, how could I not do a video on that, right? I mean, my shoulder hurts from patting myself on the black back at this point. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on all this in the comments below as well. I think you all know by now it's not always right away, but I go through all of the comments. I really do. I don't get a chance to respond to a lot of them because that would be all I was doing. Now, if my videos ever get up to like, 400,000 or 500,000 views per video, might have the time to do that. So keep that in mind. Anyway, thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will talk to you later.